Hello everyone, I am the Creepy Kentuckian.
And I'm Uncle Bill.
Hello folks, and welcome to DEADPIT on YouTube. I'm the Creepy Kentuckian.
And I am Uncle Bill.
We haven't done this in a while, have we, Uncle Bill?
It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
I've missed it.
I know we put up a classic review last week of Christmas Evil. Celebrate the Christmas season.
Yeah, we did, although we did that about 2 years ago. We just put it up recently.
It was just an old one that never saw the light of day. But this is a brand new one because we want to have it here for you all to watch during the holiday season. It's not really holiday related, is it, Uncle Bill?
Not at all, unless you're a big fan of revenge killings around the holidays.
From director Bo A. Vibenius, Sweden. It's a Swedish revenge picture known as Thriller, A Cruel Picture. Now it's got a lot of other names. I know that they call her
One Eye.
They call her One Eye, and tons of others. You can go look on IMDb. I think it's Hooker's Revenge was another one that.
Yeah, let's see the DVD real quick. See, here's the thing. If you've got this DVD,
You're a killer.
then you've got the hardcore version of the film, which includes random hardcore sex acts that have absolutely nothing to do with the film.
Anal penetration and semen, if you will.
And cream pies and all kinds of stuff like that. If you've got the yellow version of the film, then you've got Thriller, They Call Her One Eye, which is all the hardcore sex scenes are actually taken
But if you look closely, if you've got this version of the film, very limited version, is actually signed by the star Christina Lindberg.
Nobody has that. That's too fucking killer.
That's right, ain't it? We got it. How you like us now?
Anyway.
So let's talk about the movie.
Yeah, the first time I ever heard about this film, I have to give credit where credit's due, was from our good friends over at Blood Type Online, who told us about...
Blood Type Online?
Yeah, bloodtypeonline.com.
What are you going to give those assholes any credit for?
Well, because they introduced me to the goddamn film.
Yeah.
Had it not been for them, I wouldn't even know about it.
Actually, one of the craziest son of a bitches we know, Runk Russell, has a tattoo of this artwork on his fucking arm. Now that's hardcore. That's
not
a
be
fan.
on his leg. I don't remember if it's on
Arm
his
or leg or something like
Doesn't
that.
matter.
Who cares?
Point is, he tattooed himself with the movie. That's how killer he thought it was. And so, the thing about this film is a revenge pick from Sweden, which you don't really see a lot of those, really.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the time stuff that comes out of Sweden is like really artsy-fartsy films or porn. You don't see a whole lot of like...
You don't get a good
revenge.
mixture.
No, you don't normally.
So this one, yeah, early on in her life, this girl, Frigga, I think she's called in the movie,
Frigga!
played by Christina Lindberg, is sexually assaulted at a very young age. And she's traumatized and she really can't speak. And she really doesn't say a word throughout the whole movie. But years go on by past that and she grows up on this farm. She still doesn't say a word. She's a very, shy person and traumatized, as we said. And she's off to see the doctor one day when she misses the bus. And what happens, Uncle Bill?
Well, she gets kidnapped by a ruthless, crime boss overlord who runs a prostitution ring.
Pimp, too.
Right. He runs a prostitution ring where he gets all these women and he kidnaps them and then he knocks them unconscious and starts to get them slowly addicted to heroin.
Yeah.
And when they're addicted to heroin, in order to get new, batches of heroin into their system, they have to perform sex acts with all kinds of random men and women. And all these sex acts are explicitly detailed in the film. And then there's even some cases where the shit that's detailed in the film has nothing to do with Christina Lindberg, who's like the star of the film. And so what it culminates with is she finally gathers up enough money from all these prostitution acts, and she gets trained by all these different people in karate and sharpshooting and all this stuff.
Driving.
And driving. And at the end of it, she seeks her revenge.
Yeah, and there's definitely an infamous scene in the movie, too, where the pimp guy, the drug lord guy, actually punishes her for attacking a client. And this involves a scalpel to the eye. And this scene in particular is rumored, and I believe it was actually confirmed, that they used a real corpse when stabbing Frigga's eye in the movie. In the scene that's emphasized, is actually only in this version too, this uncut red version, A Cruel Picture.
Those crazy Swedes.
Crazier than fuck.
And that's hence the title, They Call Her One Eye.
Yeah, it is. And I gotta say, Christina Lindberg was one of the hottest women, especially that time, that I remember seeing on film. And to this day, you can look at recent photos of her. She still looks absolutely, amazing for someone that's nearing 60 years old. So, and it's a shame that we missed her at the Whorehound weekend, which she was originally scheduled at. But talking about the movie, though, the movie is, in my opinion, one of the best exploitation movies I've ever seen. It's definitely better than I Spit on Your Grave, and I know people will probably be like, what the fuck, why would you say that? Well, why I say that is, I Spit on Your Grave is a very violent movie, and it's very graphic, but there's nothing else. There's nothing else to it at all, like, to me. And with this movie, they actually put you in the perspective of Christina Lindberg's character and the torture she receives, and the cinematography in itself is freaking amazing, and I just thought the atmosphere was there, and it was a really, enjoyable flick.
Well, it's not a horror film, for one thing. I think I Spit on Your Grave tried a little bit harder to be like a splatter, slasher type of film.
Yeah.
This film is just like an adventure, action, revenge film, okay? It's pure exploitation, and it looks like a grindhouse movie. It's kind of the feeling that I got out of it. It's got some wonderful, like, you mentioned cinematography, and all of the death sequences in the film are in slow motion, which is really weird, but the way that it works out is almost like Matrix-style slow motion. Right. And that's kind of the way that predated the Matrix by 30-some years, but that's kind of the way that the film was set up, and you got to credit the director with that, really.
Bowe Vibenius, who actually didn't really do much else besides this movie. This is his masterpiece, I guess you would say, and pretty much, I know before the DVD came out in 2004, which Synapse Films has out now and you can get it, that it was a movie that a lot of people weren't even sure if it existed. I know that
one person was sure that it existed, Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah. Because
he based the whole character of Daryl Hannah in Kill Bill on Christina Lindberg in this film.
But Thriller was one of those movies that a lot of people really didn't even know if it was a real movie. It was one of those that was lost film. Made in Sweden, had a very limited release here in the United States in '74, which was like 2 years after they filmed the movie. So it was a rare movie to actually come out, and Synapse did a great job with the DVD. They have a lot of interesting extras, behind-the-scenes photos, biographies on the director and Christina Lindberg and all that good stuff. It's a really good DVD, and I enjoyed it. To me, it was one of the more entertaining movies I've seen lately.
Yeah, I have no idea. One thing I will say about the film, I have no idea what the other version of the film is like, the cut version, but the hardcore explicit sex scenes in this film serve absolutely no fucking purpose. They don't fit in with the film. They just randomly come in at like intervals where she's being, raped or prostituted and all that stuff. And it doesn't have anything, you can tell it's not her for one thing, and it doesn't have anything really to do with anything going on. Just added benefits you want to see, like, anal sex in a film.
Which, we can't say no to that, seriously. But I enjoyed the movie. I even, I don't mind the porn scene. I thought they were interesting.
I don't, but I just don't care. It's nothing that...
Yeah, I can understand why people wouldn't like it, because it takes an otherwise, great movie that pretty much, you could show to your parents or something if they're into exploitation and stuff, and it just turns it into something really graphic, which only a select group of people would want to see.
It kicks it up a notch with all the penises and the johnnies.
And, see, this was actually before asshole bleach was in, too. I noticed that.
Oh, God, yeah. So. It's like old nasty fucking brown hole shit.
So, yeah. But that's that. This is Thriller, A Cruel Picture. It's actually out now from Synapse Films. It's been out a while. Definitely check it out. I enjoyed the movie, and it's definitely one I'll be watching again soon.
And hopefully, Christina Lindberg will get well soon. I know that she's suffering from cancer, and I don't really know that much more about it, except that... she is right now currently recovering, I believe. So.
Yeah. So, definitely check out Thriller and check us out over at DEADPIT.
Done.